Welcome to episode 77 of Tools in the Hall. After Dark. I'm dedicating most of this tool haul to Vim. They are a terrific tool company that specializes in all kinds of niche tools that other companies don't touch. They develop a lot of the stuff themselves. They manufacture a lot of the stuff in the USA, and they've been a player in the industry for a long time, many years. I believe the early 1900s is when they first came about, and they've been sold over the years to new ownership, and now they're owned, I believe, by a gentleman out of Florida. I think it's a fairly small company, but they crank out real high quality tools. And because they fill these niches in the industry, they have stuff nobody else has. They're always creating new stuff, and they come out with stuff regularly. Check out their YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. They have a tool review every Tuesday, and that's where I get a lot of my information from. And in fact, a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you tonight, I have seen on those videos because it's a great resource for me to get information on who's making what for tools. And I only want to go to tools that are high quality, that are stood behind by my distributors and the manufacturers, and Vim fits the bill. But first, I want to show you this from Milwaukee. This is their red lithium forge battery. This is the M18 platform. This is an XC 6.0 amp hour battery. The claim to fame on these is that it's only a 6 amp hour battery, but it'll put out the same power as a 12 amp hour battery. I haven't seen it tested myself, so I can't tell you if it's true, but I believe there are some good tests that you can see on this if you want to check out some YouTube videos on it. And a customer asked me to buy him 2 of these, and I said they are pricey. And I don't want to see somebody that's throwing good money after bad. And I said, if you're inclined, I said, I'll give you the Home Depot price as a comparison. And he said, no, he said, I'm happy to buy it from you. So I really do appreciate his business, especially for something like this, which is, costing a pretty penny. He was buying 2 of them, and between the 2, I think they're like $480 or something like that. They're a lot of money. And that's tool truck pricing. I believe that Home Depot sells a 2-pack for about $100 less. And the difference is he can finance it on the truck, and I'll service him for him if he ever needs warranty or repair service after the sale. Then he just goes to me and I take care of it. These have a 3-year warranty on them, and if you use their swanky super duper charger, it charges to 80% in 15 minutes. So I'm eager to get his feedback on them to see how they work for him in actual applications, because I don't know too many guys who own these. In fact, I don't know anyone who owns them. People have asked me about them, if I think they're any good, but I really can't give them much in the way of information because I don't have much information on myself. So this will be my first customer who has them, and hopefully he'll be able to give me some good positive feedback that I can then share, and maybe increase the market a little bit on these, but the price point is very high, and most people are pretty happy buying the 5 amp hour batteries that don't have nearly the output that these Forge ones do, but they're perfectly suitable for most applications. But he runs some bigger tools, so he's going to need a bigger power output. I hope these fit the bill. On to the Vim products. This little guy has made it to one of our flyers, and I have gotten a number of requests for it, so I'm going to start putting this on the truck. This is their 3-piece 1/4-inch drive nano ratchet kit. It comes with a little ratchet there and an adapter that fits into the head and a handle extension. If you don't want to use it with this handle, this thing is tiny. I mean, look at that. It's just the first 2 knuckles of my finger is all it is. And I'm interested to see how these perform, because I have been selling the small ratchets from Easy Red for a while. I will be honest that I'm not the biggest fan of their longevity. They break quite a bit. They're covered in a lifetime warranty, as are the Vim ones, but I'm hoping these perform better, because while it's nice to have a warranty that backs up the tool, it's even nicer if it doesn't break at all. Next on the Vim Hit Parade, this is their medium-sized silicone tray. It's flexible, and because it's silicone, you can just stick that to a surface and it won't slide, and you can store all kinds of things in it, including miscellaneous adapters or screws or nuts, and you can put sockets in there or keep some other stuff organized. This is large enough for some pliers, maybe your screwdrivers, and 2 more smaller compartments down below. I haven't carried any of these silicone trains before from any brand, but because I'm a fan of Vim, I'm going to start going in a little heavier on their lineup because they have never underperformed as far as I know. All my customers who buy their stuff love them. I've had very few warranties, if any at all. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if I know of any, and I can't think of anything off right away. I've been selling their 15-inch wrench extenders for years, and guys love those. And one newer one that I have brought on the truck recently, I want to say in the past, probably less than a year, are their upholstery tools. They have a long-handled and short-handled upholstery tool, and you can see the tips on them are the same, just the handle length is different. And these may not be the most exciting tools in the world, but I have one fan in particular who you've heard me talk about on a number of occasions, a gentleman named Ryan Moores, who's just an enthusiastic mechanic and a terrific guy, great customer, and he bought the set, and he loves them so much because he said they are a go-to tool for him. He can easily, obviously, remove clips, which is what they're intended to do, but he says he uses them for general prying purposes, nothing heavy duty. Obviously, we have pry bars for that, but he loves the design of that tip, and that shape is useful for a multitude of applications. Has a very comfortable rubber handle on it. You get a good firm grip with these, and between the 2 lengths, you're covered for a ton of different pulling and prying applications. It's nice that they make a tool like this which serves more functions than just the upholstery clip removals or body panel clip removals, because it's another way to add some versatility to your toolbox. And this is not an expensive set at all. You can buy these 2 pieces individually, or you can buy them as a set and save yourself a few bucks. I think the 2 pieces together on the truck are $50. And, again, they stand behind these with a lifetime warranty. I've been stoked to get this one in because there is another version of this which is even larger, and I can't wait to get one of those in. I have it on order, but it hasn't released it yet, and that is their auto-adjusting oil filter pliers. Look how this works. You have the adjustment mechanism in here, and all you do is squeeze the handle, and that automatically sizes the jaws until you hit resistance, and once you do, squeeze the handles a little more, and then you get your bite on your oil filter. This thing is heavy duty. Just look at how it's constructed. It's got 4 plies of steel on the jaws. It's riveted together. The handles have 2 plies that go over a center core with comfort grip handles. This thing's built to last you forever. I'm not going to challenge you to break one, but I bet you can't. There's this one that opens to, I think, 4.5 inches, is it? Or no, how many inches? And then they have one, that starts at 4.5 inches and goes to, I think, 7.5 inches. That's the one I have on order. They just announced it, so it hasn't been released yet. But this one is going to go on the truck right away. And the thing that makes me excited about this is I can see this replacing a lot of different band style oil filter wrenches. And this is much faster and easier to use. It's not going to slip like the bands can because it's going to get a firm grip on the sides of that filter, and I'm guessing it's going to spin with a whole lot less effort, and this thing just looks cool anyway. I mean, look at the jaws on that thing. That's nuts. Awesome product. I'm really stoked to get this on the truck. Next we have a 3-piece Orca universal fit pliers. These are also auto-adjusting. And if you remember the Craftsman Robo Grip pliers. This reminds me of them, but those were never really pro grade, I don't think. If anyone's ever owned them, just let me know. These are the same principle as the oil filter pliers. They're auto adjusting, so you just squeeze the handle until it hits the resistance against the object that you're grabbing, and then you squeeze a little bit more, and that's where it bites in. And you see the action there as it does that. It has a cutout in the jaws to handle larger or round objects, and I'll show you how it works on this broken air hammer bit. So whether I'm going to grab the bit on the end here, see it grab, or if I'm grabbing it down on the shaft, I don't have to do anything to adjust that. It just happens when you squeeze the handles. And you get a really good firm grip there. Like the oil filter pliers, you can see how there's 4 plies of steel riveted together. These things are no fooling. Very heavy duty. Comfort grip handles. This large one is 10 inches, and they have a 5 and a 7 inch. The smaller ones are a little bit more ergonomic, and they feel better in your hand, obviously, because they're smaller. And those 10-inch ones are kind of bulky and clunky. But man, if you need the leverage and the gripping strength, the 10-inch will get you there. But these, the 7 and the 5s, are terrific to be used in lots of different applications. In fact, you'll take these 5 inches, and I bet you'll keep these in your pocket all day long and just walk around with them. Kind of like what people do with the Nipex Cobra pliers. They have this little 4-inch pair of Cobras that are very handy. These are a little bit more versatile. The jaws open a bit wider, and I haven't compared grip strength to them, but man, I would be willing to bet a paycheck that this has more than enough grip strength and leverage for most any common application. And you can use this to grab probably more stuff because it's more versatile in how the jaw is designed than the Cobra ones. Not that the Cobra ones aren't all that in a bag of chips. They're great. But these are a little different, and they are unique in the industry. So big shout out to Vim. I appreciate you guys doing your videos every Tuesday. It helps me decide what I'm going to be putting in my inventory. And I noticed that we have some viewers that watch my channel and watch their channel. George Ferlazzo, who every week he says hello and thanks me for the video. And I want to give a shout out to George. He's been watching for years. And it's just great to see his comments every Sunday when my videos go up. And then when I was watching the Vim videos, I noticed that he says hello to those guys too. And George seems like a great guy. And if I remember, George, you're in the aviation industry, so he has a great, unique perspective on tool applications in his industry. So thanks, George, for watching. I really appreciate you. All right, now let's go on to the tool haul after dark. Today, I have a... Sorry, I forgot the model. A Canik TP9 SF. SF stands for Special Forces. And this guy's in flat dark earth and black. Slick looking gun. Comes with 2 18-round magazines. And the greatest thing I think about Canik is the shape of their backstrap here. It is extremely comfortable. I have never held a Canik that I felt was uncomfortable at all. If it's nice in the web of your hand where it should, unlike Glocks, which I am a fan of and I own them myself, but if I had to change one thing about the Glock, it would be the shape of their grip. And they have the serrated combat trigger guard in the front, so you can hold that trigger guard with your weak hand to keep down the muzzle rise. It has a white blade sight in the front and the 2 black sights in the back. This guy's single action. Easy to shoot. Easy to take apart, to clean and put back together again. And their kits are really nice. When you order a kit, it comes with 2 magazines and a loader assist, and also comes with a cool holster. So you can load it up in the holster. If you want to do an outside the waistband carry, that's what this is suitable for. Your belt goes through the belt loops there, and it's a nice low profile, snug fit design. Although I don't recommend open carry, it certainly is your right to do it if your state allows it. Just know that if you do open carry, you are inviting some scrutiny and maybe some fear in people. And if you ever have an encounter with a bad guy, you're probably going to be his first target because he can see you're carrying a gun. So I don't recommend open carry for those reasons. No one needs to know you're carrying. So please, if you're going to carry, do it concealed. And inside the waistband, appendix carry is probably the best option for accessibility. Don't carry a gun in a pocketbook or in something that's off your body. It's more difficult to get to if you need to get to it quickly. And if someone is going to rob you or mug you, they may be going for the very thing that has your gun. So keep your gun on your body and keep it close to you. All right, there's my little PSA on carry. $3.99 is all this gun costs. I know it seems strange that it's so inexpensive, but the wonderful thing about Caniks is they have this incredibly affordable lineup, and the TP9 series fits beautifully in a lot of people's budgets. And if you're looking to build out a collection, it's a great series to focus on because you can buy 2 or 3 of these guys for the cost of one more expensive gun, and you'll have a lot of shooting options with these. They have some color choices. This is the flat dark earth that my customer was really hoping for. And I had to do some hunting around to find this one because a lot of places were sold out of it. But I found one distributor that I don't do a whole lot of gun business with. I buy mostly ammunition from them, and they had one. I'm like, finally, we're going to get this guy. And it just came in, so I'm stoked to give him that and get his feedback on it. It has a couple of other features too. I forgot to mention it has a rail in the front, so you can mount a laser and or a light laser combination. And it has your magazine release on the right. It is ambidextrous, so you can move it to the left side if you wanted to, and just has your slide stop lever there. Love Canik for a lot of reasons, and I'm stoked that the pricing is so good, and they generally have good availability, but there are some models that have been pretty sought after that I can't get. I've had a few customers asking me for some, I forget what the model was, darn it, for some of their guns the last few weeks that, man, everyone's out of them. So if you can get your hands on one, get them, because they're not always easy to get, but the pricing is always very good. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want you to stay tuned to watch more. This is going off the rails right at the outro, darn it. Because I got a lot of other videos coming down the line. Of course, we have tools and haul videos. We're going to have a new flyer drop video coming up in the next few weeks, as the Q3 flyer will become available at the end of June. And I will always have some air tool repair videos. I got a couple of interesting ones that I don't know if they're worth doing a whole video on, because there's some older air tools that somebody just gave me, hoping I can use them for parts, because there is no parts inventory for some of these older tools anymore, but they are still in use. So we might go over some of those too. So do me a favor, click down here now to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.